Hey guys, how's it going? So today I am going to talk about the Book of Life. The Book of Life stars Channing Tatum, Diego Luna, Zoe Saldana, and a whole bunch of other cast. Mexican, there's some Americans in there. And it's produced by Guillermo del Toro, Josh JTE, Josh Tapia from Schmoes No. Uh, yeah, this movie is directed by however you pronounce his name. No, seriously, I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of his, and yeah, he's a really good good director and producer, and he produced this film. He worked on it. He's worked on DreamWorks films before, and and this film stars, like I said, this film stars a lot of people, and it's about the Day of the Dead, the Mexican holiday, and it's a story of these kids that go to a museum, and then they get a museum tourist played by Christina Applegate, and she shows them the Book of Life, which is what's it called? Which is a book telling the story of this love triangle between Channing Tatum and Zoe Saldana, Joaquin, and I forgot the other guy's name. They're fighting against the other girl, a girl named Maria, played by as well Zoe Saldana, and yeah, Channing Tatum and Diego Luna are and these two demons, one of which is played by, I think the other one's, I don't know. One is played by Ron Perlman, Ron Perlman's awesome. And he also works with Guillermo del Toro a lot. And yeah, he's great. So these two kind of like Hades and God kind of are like these two like people like from the afterlife are fighting over the love triangle, which is pretty funny. And then you see the love triangle, and then you see a lot of stuff. They talk about the land of the remembrance, the land of the forgotten, and I was looking forward to this movie. It looked like a fun animation movie. It looked really creative, looked really original in its animation and in its story. And did I love this movie? I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I really enjoyed it. This is a really fun, really good animated movie. It's funny. It's creative. It's really good. Really quite good. Honestly, for an animated film. Honestly, it's one of the better animated films from the other half of the year because let's see, this is probably the best animated film since How to Train Your Dragon 2 this year. It's actually been not a decent year. I enjoyed Mr. Peabody and Truman. I enjoyed the Lego Movie. I enjoyed Box Trolls. Box Trolls was actually really fun. I enjoyed this a little bit more, but yeah, the animation was wonderful. It was really creative to see this world, to see this. I don't know much about this, but it's really creative in the animation department, and the slides and stuff, and the not slides, the how the land of remembrance, land of forgotten, the city, how it looks is really nice and really original. And this is a very original animated kids film. It's not something you've seen before, and I will give it props to that. It has some originality. I mean, it has some storylines that are pretty generic, but it does really have a really original thing about it. And all the characters are fun. They're likable. They have a lot of fun, and it's really good. There's just it's funny, kind of. The love triangle works. It's actually really funny. And yeah, I like it a lot. It's fun to see this love triangle together, and the characters, like I said, are really fun. The demon and the girl, the girl and Ron Perlman, they both are a lot of fun. Diego Luna and Channing Tatum's character characters. Joaquin and the other guy, Joaquin, is Channing Tatum. And yeah, Maria, played by Zoe Saldana, is also a lot of fun. They're really fun characters. And Maria's a really interesting love interest. Like, you can understand why, and she's also not mean. Like, it's kind of fun for kids. And there's also pretty dark stuff, and it also honestly has a message. Like, one of the kids in the narration kind of reminded me of Princess Bride, with Fred Savage and his grandpa. Fred Savage. Yeah, it's kind of fun to see that. Kind of reminded me of the Princess Bride. It kind of has a very like fantasy feel. I like the Mexican voice cast, and I like how they use the American voice cast. It's kind of clever. Ice Cube actually was really fun. And he kind of fit well for his character. And yeah, Channing Tatum also did really good because it was a little distracting at times, but he actually did really good. Zoe Saldana did really well. Let's see who else. What's his name? Diego Luna also did really good. And yeah, everyone else. Ron Perlman is just awesome as this. At times you can barely even recognize him. He's awesome, man. He's great in voice acting. He did voice. He played the teacher in Danny Phantom, which was one of my favorite shows growing up. But yeah. And yeah, this movie is greatly animated. It's really fun. The 3D's not good, but the animation is great. It's creative. It's original. If like that's what I have. The only two problems I have are pretty big. I mean, there's some pretty generic storylines. They work here and there, but there's some pretty stupid stuff going on. And the 3D was just horrible. Hopefully, I'll watch it in 2D. And yeah, this is a really fun film. I recommend seeing it, and I recommend taking your kids to it. It's dark, but it's not so overly dark where like they'll where it'll scare the shit out of them like Box Trolls, which I think, or How to Train Your Dragon 2. I think this is kid friendly and also pretty dark. I think kids and adults can enjoy this. I'm gonna give it a B+. I think it's a really fun film and one of the best animated films that came out this year. Alright guys, that's my review. Like, subscribe, and bye bye.